All right, welcome back to our live programming from Rorman Toyota on South Street in Lafayette. And what a better way, Joe, to get a look inside the lives of local first responders than talk to the guys who are leading them.
Absolutely, and today we are joined by Lafayette Police Chief Scott Galloway. Scott, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely, we appreciate you joining us. Hey, okay, so you have the budget where you kind of prepare for, tackle your needs for the Lafayette Fire Department. How do you also depend on private donors, private donations, events like this to get the equipment that you guys need?
Yeah, so we oftentimes have a wish list when we go into our budget season where we're at now, and this fills the gaps a lot of times when we find a piece of equipment that we don't quite have enough money for or the funding for. This fills that gap, and we're able to supply that for our officers.
Now, you've really just completed the budget process for next year, is that correct?
Well, we're starting it, so in October that begins through City Council, but we started that in July, August time frame.
Do you have something in mind that you would like to use private funding for that you're pretty sure is not going to get in the city budget?
So we're still ironing out those details, but a lot of times it comes down to SWAT equipment, mobile field force equipment, some of these things that, drones, things like that we absolutely need, but are so expensive at some point we don't have enough in that budget. So that's why this gap helps us to get those funds we need.
I looked it up on Friday. What's a drone cost? One that you would want to use?
So there's some that are about $10,000 that kind of can fly through the house, and those are kind of some neat ones that we're looking at now for our SWAT team especially. It makes it safer for the officers to go into a house if the drone's gone through first, so that's something we're looking into.
Chief, you've been with the department for a while. How is Lafayette changing? How is it growing? Is it hard to keep up without, events and donations like this?
Yeah, so we have a great community that supports us. We have a mayor, city council, and a board of works that supports us, but any type of funding that fills the gaps, the city is growing by leaps and bounds, which we love. We love that's growing, and so these opportunities are fantastic for us.
Now, you're a little younger than I am.
maybe, I don't know.
Could you compare and contrast, though? We talked a little bit about 9/11, pre-9/11 and post-9/11, and kind of how that changed first responders.
Yeah, so 9/11 implemented after that many safety precautions that officers had to go through in order to be certified and trained. So that was one change. And since then, the vigilance has always been there in law enforcement, but I think even more so, and hopefully that never fades, that we need to stay vigilant of all types of crime. And so we do appreciate the public support on understanding what we have to go through.
So you have this new headquarters, new public safety center. How's that changing the game for you?
The technology that's available to us in the public safety center through our resource center, and just the space in the outbuildings or the outrooms that we have in order to have meetings and things like that. It's just made a game changer for the way we operate and manage and plan for operations or whatever we're going to do.
All right, Lafayette Police Chief Scott Galloway. Thanks, Scott, for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Chief.
Hey, let's take a look at some stocks, and then we're going to head to a break for a few quick minutes.